Greetings, Red Wolf Nation, and welcome to the final episode of Inside IU Sports for the 2018-19 school year. I'm Kyle Wright with the IU East Athletic Department, and we're so grateful that you've joined us. Starting things off, I'm joined by Ray Ramsey from IU East SAAC. Recently put on another successful awards banquet. You did a great job yourself as the MC, so here to talk about the awards ceremony a little bit.
Thank you. Since I've been here, it's been growing so far, so that's a great step in the right direction, and I feel like each and every year there's more people that come, which supports it even more. So that's been a great step in the right direction so far.
And for those who may not know, if you could a little bit about just what is SAAC, just what it stands for and
SAAC,
what your group tries to do.
So it's basically, it's a student athletic academic, it's a student athletes academic committee, and we basically it's a group of athletes that is supporting their team. So we pick each team pick 2 representatives for their team, and we're for the athletes. You know, we get different events going, and you know, we host different things for the athletes and try to get certain things done for the athletes that needs maybe help or support in the right direction.
All right, one of those indeed is the year-end banquet, which y'all do a great job with. We're going to meet the award winners who were honored at that day in April. First up, the newcomer of the year, that was Will Mundy, who had a great season. In fact, it's not over yet. He's going to outdoor nationals, but he's had a great year for the men's track and field team.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Actually, his name was brought up with many awards in the ceremony, and I feel like it's well deserving that he got newcomer of the year because he's done a great job this year, especially being a freshman. He's broken a lot of records, and he's did a lot of great things with his team.
As we mentioned, he made it to indoor nationals in one event, and he's already qualified for the outdoor nationals in another. So great freshman year for newcomer of the year, Will Mundy. The leadership award, that's you, Ray Ramsey. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I won't make you brag about yourself, but in your time here, just what impact do you hope you left, or what impression do you hope you made in a leadership area?
I hope I left a great impression. You know, seeing the guys that was here before me and like learning from them was a great step. So just leading by example and, you know, doing things as best as I can each and every day, I hope that I made a big impact on the program.
Right, and I should let the folks viewing at home know, people could not vote for their own sport. So in this case, you got that award without any votes from any basketball players because of the way the ballot was set up. So that's got to be satisfying to know that not only in the basketball team you had this respect, but also the other sports saw you doing a great job as well.
It's very... Thank you.
We'll move on. We'll stop embarrassing you. Coach of the Year, Gus Schmader took that award for the track and field program. So I know you know a lot of the track and field kids. What are some of the things they said about the job that Coach Schmader did?
They say he does a great job, you know, just getting on them, staying on them about workouts, about different stuff that they need to do, different techniques. And I also get to see Gus a lot every now and then just in the athletic office, and he's pretty great. You know, what he's done with his team and how he's like changed it up for them to be successful is a great thing. So I think that's deserving.
Okay, so all in all, 4 kids to nationals between indoor and outdoor this year, the most that IU East has ever had. Next up, the Best Performance Award, and you had a direct connection to this one as well. It was the men's basketball victory against Indiana Wesleyan in the very first game of the season. It was a number 1 against number 2 game, and IU East won by 1 point. Yeah. It's been a while, but your memories from that night, that big win to start the season.
It was a ton of memories. We had a great time, but I feel like our focus was there for the most part. You know, everybody was on it from the bench to the people that's in the game, and we actually figured out that was our first win at IU in a very long time, so it was very satisfying.
And we're watching the highlights of that. That's Aaron Thomas with the 3-point play to wrap up the win for IU East. Next up, the Hart Award. That went to Bailey Dryman from women's basketball, and she had her daughter during the 2017-18 school year, took that year off from basketball, came back strong this year, and was a key part of the women's basketball team. So I know you know Bailey well. Just talk about her.
She's great, man. That was pretty solid of her to come back, you know, just to do her 5th year and seeing all the jobs that she's worked and having a kid and taking on those responsibilities as well as performing in the classroom is a great thing, and it takes a lot of heart to do that just from one person.
And for those who may not know, Bailey will be joining the women's basketball staff as an assistant coach this coming year. So Bailey will continue on as part of the women's basketball program. Next one, I'll talk about this a little bit, the Strength of the Pack Award, which we give to the seniors who are a part of the table crew, which is an important behind-the-scenes part of the basketball and volleyball programs here. So Taylor Webster and Sarah Hornack, you see a couple of them in the picture there. They were part of the table crew for 4 years. And Kaylin Smith, who's on the right, she was part of it for 3 years, and the only reason she's not doing a fourth is because she graduated early. You also see Kaylee Cox on the left, who was part of the crew for 4 years. And Ray, I know it's kind of a behind-the-scenes thing, but I feel like we have one of the better, probably the best table crew that we work with, and as far as the places you go.
They are pretty solid, especially with the support that they bring. They not only do their jobs, but they're very supportive at the games and at the table as well. So that's great of them.
Okay. Then next up we have the Best Moment Award, and that went to Seth Reynolds, basically for what he did during the indoor track and field season at the end. He was hurt toward the end of the season, but still went to the conference meet and was Athlete of the Year there, and then was an All-American for the 4th time at the indoor national meet. So just talk about what Seth did to earn that award.
That's pretty solid. I think coming up to that week, I actually seen what his ankle looked like, and it was pretty bad. So a lot of people didn't think he was going to perform, but he went out there and he performed his best, and he showed that he worked pretty hard for this, and he's at the top of his game, and that was pretty good.
Okay. And last but not least, the Champions of Character Award, that went to SAAC President Dustin Reynolds, who I know you know pretty well from working in SAAC. Just the things you see of Dustin that led him to receive this award.
He's a very strong individual on and off the track and field, and just in SAAC in general. He keeps things in order. He keeps his team in order, and Champions of Character, he has a great character. He's a great person, and I think he deserved that award.
Okay, so that wraps up the awards. And before we let you go, was your senior year. Graduation's just a few days away. Any kind of parting message you might have for your fans here at IU East, and also a few words on your plans after graduation.
Well, for the fans, I would like to say thank you so much for the support. Coming from where I come from, support is a hard thing to come by, and I feel like you guys just brought me in with open arms, and I thank you so much for that. And as far as after graduation, I'm pretty sure I might be working at Enterprise, where Vache works. You know, he's a former basketball player here, but I'm pretty sure I'll be working there after I turn in my resume and possibly go through the interview process.
Okay. And Vache Davis, for those of you that don't know, already quite high up in the Enterprise chain of command, and we'll look forward to seeing you following in his footsteps. So.
All right, thank you.
Great. So, Ray, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
All right, we'll be back with more on this episode of Inside IU East Sports.